What do you do when the world keeps poking at your last shred of peace? For Grandpa Ellis, the answer was simple. Fight back, with a twinkle in his eye and a plan so wild it could only come from a man who'd seen it all. His ranch, a sprawling patch of earth in the heart of Texas, was his kingdom. But the HOA, those self-appointed guardians of order, had been sniffing around, citing violations on land they had no claim to. Their latest stunt? Parking their shiny patrol truck right on Grandpa's front pasture, a petty show of power. This wasn't their first rodeo, but it would be their last. The morning sun burned low, casting long shadows over the ranch. Grandpa stood on the porch, coffee mug in hand, staring at the intruder's truck glinting like an insult. His weathered face, etched with lines of stubborn pride, twitched with a grin. "They want to play?" he muttered, setting the mug down. "Let's play." He didn't shout or curse. Grandpa's rebellion was quieter, sharper, like the snap of a whip. His grandkids, Lily and Caleb, watched from the barn, sensing something epic brewing. Grandpa's plan wasn't born of rage, but of principle. The ranch wasn't just land, it was his late wife's dream. Every fence post a memory of her laughter. The HOA's rules, their clipboard tyranny, mocked that legacy. So he fired up his ancient tow truck, its engine coughing like an old smoker. Lily, 12 and fearless, ran up, eyes wide. "You gonna get in trouble, Grandpa," she warned. He winked. "Trouble's my middle name, kid." Caleb, quieter at 10, just grinned, clutching a wrench like a knight's sword. The tow truck rumbled toward the HOA vehicle. Grandpa hooked it up with the precision of a man who'd wrangled cattle and heartbreak alike. The patrol truck's tires squealed as he dragged it across the pasture, straight to the pig bath, a muddy, glorious swamp where the hogs wallowed. With a satisfying squelch, the truck sank into the muck, pigs snorting in delight around it. Lily hooped, Caleb clapped. Grandpa leaned against the tow truck, dusting his hands, as if he'd just hung a picture frame. But then came the twist. Mrs. Delaney, the HOA president's mother, appeared at the gate. A tiny woman with a cane and a fire in her eyes. She was no stranger to the ranch. Decades ago, she'd been friends with Grandma Ellis, sharing coffee and secrets under these same oaks. "Ellis, you old fool," she called, hobbling closer. "You think this'll stop my boy?" Her voice held no malice, only a strange mix of amusement and sorrow. She'd fought her own battles with her son's obsession with control, and now she stood, an unexpected ally, shaking her head at the mud-soaked truck. Grandpa's grin faltered, just for a moment. Mrs. Delaney's presence wasn't just a surprise, it was a mirror. She reminded him of the cost of pride, of battles that leave scars no one sees. "Ain't about stopping him, Clara," he said softly. "It's about reminding him this land ain't his to bully." She nodded, a silent pact forming. Together, they hatched a new plan, not destruction, but defiance with purpose. They'd rally the neighbors, folks who'd also felt the HOA's grip tighten, and turn the ranch into a symbol of resistance. By dusk, the ranch buzzed with voices. Neighbors brought folding chairs, stories, and resolve. Mrs. Delaney, frail but fierce, spoke of community over control, her words weaving the crowd into something stronger. The HOA cop arrived, red-faced, only to find his truck still in the pig bath and a crowd that wouldn't budge. Grandpa stood tall, not gloating, but steady. "This is our home," he said, voice low but unyielding. "You don't get to park your rules here." The HOA backed off, not because of the mud or the tow truck, but because of the people united behind Grandpa's stand. Mrs. Delaney squeezed his arm, a gesture heavy with shared history. Lily and Caleb, watching it all, learned a lesson no school could teach. Courage isn't just loud. Sometimes it's a quiet spark that lights a fire. The ranch stood untouched, a testament to a man who'd fought not for vengeance, but for love of land, of family, of freedom. As the stars blinked awake, Grandpa sat on the porch, coffee mug back in hand. The pig bath still held its trophy, but the real victory was the laughter echoing from the gathered crowd. He'd dragged more than a truck that day. He'd pulled a community together, proving that even the smallest stand can ripple wide. And somewhere, he felt, his wife was smiling. "Yendi,